Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. Is it not on?
It says confirm.
Oh, yeah, you just press this.
Oh, it's that one.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, we got
All
it.
right,
We
good.
got
All right.
microphones.
Beauty. Let me know when. When?
Yeah,
We're when?
We're when?
Brian, when? Oh, hi. Welcome back to the 2023 Tire Rack One Lap of America presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine. Coverage brought to you by Hooked on Driving, Everyday Driver, and the Valente Group. You find Brian and I back here at Hastings for the second round of the run groups today for here at the Tire Rack One Lap of America, our 40th anniversary. It was fast this morning. The cars got sorted out. The run groups are now pretty much set based off of today's performances and some surprises. Last year's winner down in 10th place. We have a whole host of cars that were in the top 10th place here, or the top 10 places, excuse me. So a really interesting morning, shaking some things up. It is super competitive at the pointy end of the field this year, and I think this is going to be an amazing week to watch. So again, be sure to subscribe, get those notifications on, so while you're at work you can hear when we go live, between us changing time zones, between Brock going out whenever he kind of wants to, as you just saw sort of what happened on the live stream on Instagram during our parade chat, which we'll do again tomorrow. Just absolutely make sure you subscribe, set your alerts, so this way you can watch all the action that Brian and I are going to bring to you. Again, cars are just taking onto the track now. It sounds like we have our first car out there now, and that is the Bridgestone Porsche, or excuse me, the Michelin or Goodyear, one of those tires, right? The Goodyear Porsche, driven by Nick this morning, right?
Yep.
And we're going to pan around and bring you the action. So come along. We'll be here for just about an hour. Then we have to get on the road to High Plains, but it should be a good one. Stay tuned. All right, Brian. So how was your lunch, buddy?
Hot dog was excellent.
Hot dog was excellent. The hamburgers could use a little more flavor. The hot dog was good, but I'll tell you what, the concession workers doing a good, again, we talked about unsung heroes this morning. We talked about people feeding us. Well, they fed us, so you know what? Thank you. Thank you for hanging out here in the cold and in the wind and for providing for us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you.
It looks like the Smoko Corvette is actually in front of the
It does.
Goodyear Porsche.
Well, they did take top honors this morning, which again was one of those things that you can't anticipate. And all the the real shock that I don't even think they were prepared for, being a really good autocrosser, that green Porsche right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a smooth driver. I was talking with Andrew Brownfield, Brownie, over lunch, and he was shocked as well. And I said, well, even coming through the last couple of corners here, he was a lot smoother than you were. So Brownfield also needs to sort of dial it back a little bit, maybe a little smoother on the throttle instead of fighting that car through the last series of corners there.
Definitely. DJ did an awesome job in that morning session, and we'll see if he can back it up with a strong showing this afternoon
as Chip gets ready to drop the green, and here we go. That shouty Chevy on its way, and now the competition's heating up. You can feel it. Like, these guys are rearing to go. They want to take it. They want to win. Here we go. At launch, again, just catapulting him back. A little warmer now, but the wind is still here and still a present, factor. Andrew Brownfield taking off, and here's our smooth operator. No, it's not Carlos Sainz. It's our Green Goblin. A lot of wheel spin, but did it before he crossed the line, so that just helps him get on his way and cross that timing beam.
Yeah, Chris Vanderwalk checking in.
Hey, Chris, what's going on, buddy? Yep.
We have the Smoko Vet out there in the distance. He'll be coming into our view here in just probably about 10 seconds or so.
There he is. No, that's you're right. Here we go.
I was talking about it in our view.
I got you.
Cool. We should not here for a few minutes.
Really doing a phenomenal job here. nice and smooth, putting the power down perfectly. I mean, excellent job of driving by all these competitors here. Yeah, yes, Chris, we will. Our conversations are still on track. Brownfield's still fighting that car. This is what we spoke about during lunch, right? Getting that power down. The Porsche looks more effective getting the power down, especially through this last complex here.
Yeah, we'll see how DJ navigates his final corner here.
See, getting it down, there wasn't the twitch, and it's those little things that make a big difference, because we're not talking about winning by a second or two. We're talking about half and quarter seconds here.
Right.
So those little bobbles add up over 3 laps, and remember, this is the cumulative time that we're scored off of here. So every little tenth, every little quarter that you lose adds up to, 3/4 of a second or half a second, and that's where we see that difference. So Brownfield's still trying to dial it in here.
Corvette coming into frame right now.
But I mean, that car is just so well prepared. Look at how flat and stable that is. And the transition as he comes out, there's the mid phase onto the power now, rolls through. I mean, it just goes. No drama.
No effort,
so good. No, it looks effortless, but there's a lot of effort that went into setting that car up properly, hands down, no question about it. And the same with the Porsche here, just driven really cleanly, really well. All right, so let's see how Brownie does through here. He comes through, he floats it through, he's waiting, he's on the throttle, better, much better, but now he had to correct. Came out too far, which means that he started his corner too late. So in between his first and second lap is where he needs to be for it to be smooth. That is perfect. I mean, that is right where you want it to be.
Now all 4 cars are circulating on their final lap.
Yep.
For this session. And as soon as they get done, they will load up their cars and hit the road to
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo at our hotel location in Lyman, Colorado, because
Limon,
because there's not a hotel within about 45 miles of High Plains.
So if you're in that area and want to join us for Cinco de Mayo, come on out. Or if you're not and want to drive there, you got time. Here we go. I mean, this is just fun to watch. Oh, see, that was a little bobble there, but he keeps it together. It's that eagerness to just get that power down and get across the line to finish that lap 3.
And look at the gap that he has made
between
the second and third lap.
Right, and not just that, but the gap to a driver who, as we saw this morning, is, I mean, inch perfect again. It's not like these are just guys circulating on track trying to figure out a good line. These are some really talented drivers driving some crazy good machinery, and that is not a fast way around the corner. It looks good, but it's not going to help him. We say it because we love you, Brownie. There we go. He's pushing again. A little wider than he probably wanted to, but man, that was a fun session.
Yes, it was.
There's just something about really talented drivers driving these machines at, what they're capable of.
Right.
It's
you take a driver like Nick in the Porsche for Goodyear, he gets seat time daily.
Yep.
That's what he does.
Right. Yep. It's really fun to watch. I mean, these cars being driven as they were designed to, and in some cases more than what they were designed to.
This is true.
Unfortunately, we had some attrition strike already. Between Brad, the Volkswagen GTI, and the Factory 5. Their clutch and tranny sort of giving up the ghost. That's a Porsche transmission in that thing. So, they're going to try and fix it and meet us at Hedge Hollow. But But
which is another part of the spirit of the
yeah.
event. You know, fix it, even if you know.
Well, he
you
came
miss.
over to Brock and I at lunch, and he said, "Oh, I'm done." And we said, "What do you mean you're done?" And he explained to us the issue, and we said, "Well, called over the track manager here again, former one-lapper Jeff Lucina, and he was able to find some people who could help him out." And we said, "Well, that's not the story you want to tell. You don't want to go home and say, 'Oh, well, it broke. We went home. Game over.' You want to tell people we fought to get this thing fixed and get to the next track. And yeah, we may have been out of contention, but we finished the event. We got to the end, because that in and of itself is its own accomplishment."
That's right. It's not the driver against the other driver. It's the driver and team against the event.
I don't know. This round looked like it was they were fighting pretty hard, man.
The knives are out.
That's for sure. Undoubtedly.
And there go two very sharp knives right there.
Yep. And
another sharp knife.
And he got the pit in this time.
Yes, he did.
It was funny. Our quarter worker right there, so he came over to Brock and he says, he drove right across the grass, and Brock says, "I didn't have to yell at him, so it doesn't matter. I don't care." So he's okay with that one.
So we've got the second run. Oh, and Chris Mayfield.
He was down
cooking a corner and on his recon. And
did he loop it? I didn't see.
I don't know if he looped it, but I did see some dust and dirt and debris.
Debris. I had one of those debrises when I was the kid.
So here comes Mayfield.
Oh, he did go off.
Oh, yes, he did.
There's some grass there.
Yeah.
That's you have a decoration, Chris. You have some decorations in the front of your car. It's the Yuletide spirit early. It's Christmas in May for you. Oh. Thank you for not telling us.
Mayfield, if he doesn't start, you can find that out.
All right, getting ready to go. And out and away is that Lotus. And here we go. The sound we've all been waiting to hear, the sound of silence, with Andrew behind the wheel. It just like hikes up its skirt and runs.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. There we go. And is that our safe haven? Little belch. And the E-Ray brakes squealing already. It's interesting because it didn't seem that fast, but well, that was better than this morning.
Yes, it was.
That was a little more, I think, along the lines of what we were expecting.
That was respectable.
Yeah. Chris, you can come join us. Come say hi.
Got Julian getting the jitters out, doing a recon lap, sliding off the track. It's all good.
That's nice.
Well, Jeff did say that he needed some grass cutting done over on that side.
Well, we
He was
helped him out
working.
a little bit.
There you go.
Helped him out a little bit. Yeah, sorry. I'm sure with all the wind, it's hard to hear anything.
You're good. Well,
Yeah.
we've been commenting on just how well that car, has been prepared and how well it's been driven so far. I mean, this morning was outstanding, and yesterday, and
Pretty pumped.
yeah, it's looking good, man.
It's working well. Oh yeah,
He's using a lot
pushing
of
it.
track, isn't
Yep. No, he is. It's great.
I think it's all that awesome aero that's on that car.
he? It is,
It is. The Zebulon stuff works real well.
and it looks good with some garnish on it.
Yep. Yeah, not ideal, but it's working fine.
So, where's he hitting? Where he's hitting that over rev there?
That's just the rev limiter right at the top of third. It's about 100, 101 miles an hour. So it's not quite worth the shift to fourth there,
Right.
but it's it's nice and easy. Makes it easy for the braking zone coming into turn one.
Fair.
We hit it there and then into I think it's turn 7
Yeah.
back there. Same thing.
And there's actually the Factory 5 being unceremoniously carted away there to get its transmission fixed.
Oh, is that transmission? I heard it. I heard them start it up, and it made some horrible noises, and they turned it right back off. So I was like, oh no.
No, that's the transmission. It seems to be locked up, so it's either the fork or maybe the pressure plate, because you can't release it right now.
That really stinks, man.
But it's the middle of the transmission, so it's not the whole back end, so they can probably pull that apart. And it's a Porsche transmission that's installed upside down.
Dang. That's a bummer.
It is. Early on, first day, but attrition strikes anytime, anywhere. You know that.
Yep. It's true. You never know. Like Mark and I in the past have been so lucky to not have any major mechanical issues, and knock on wood, but it's been good so far with the Evora. Every time I've broken it, it's been at a track day, like somewhere where I just towed it home and let it sit for a month and think about what it has done before I start fixing it.
Is that its time out? Think about what you've done, and then I'll fix you.
Exactly, yeah. Think about doing before you do this again.
And we were talking about you and
there you go. Oh, look, some of the
you and Mark during our Instagram on even the M car. That was a great car.
It was.
And
yep.
You guys were always just super competitive with it, but this is. You didn't go up a whole other level. You went up like 4 levels.
This car is some extra power away from being like, I think, really a pointy end, consistently like dry, wet, doesn't matter contender. So
let's watch as our third lap is beginning for a lot of these guys here. But thanks for chatting with us. Absolutely. It's always a pleasure. We look forward to watching you throughout the week, brother.
I appreciate the distraction, so I'm not just obsessed with the track.
That's why we're here. Starting his third lap.
Yep. So this time around, let's see how it goes. And again, we do have that live timing and scoring up. The link is still on our YouTube page. That would have been for this morning's, but you can just go back and you can click this afternoon session.
We have another train full of Tesla fuel going across the trestle bed.
There we go. Chris anxiously watching on as some more of that decoration has come off, it seems. Wow, really wide, using all the grass, keeping it straight.
Sweet.
There we go, finished. He's done. He's running away. He's going to pack up and get on out for a good dinner tonight.
Yep.
We'll catch you. Yep.
Well, his co-driver has to clean the car first.
He's got to clean the car first, right? He can have that for lunch. This Super got quite tail happy the last lap. There he goes again. Takes the checkered. The E-Ray coming through. It's quiet. I don't know how I feel about that.
I know. You want that throaty growl.
Right. I mean, like Howard's. Howard sounded good. It's what you expect. And there's just something about it that I'm still not quite convinced of yet. It took off better this time, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. And of course, follow us on Instagram also. When we're doing our transits, we generally like to chat in the car and dissect the day and the run groups and everything that had gone down. And you can follow along with some more inane banter throughout the day.
It may be serious, it may be silly, it may be both.
It's probably going to be all. Was that? He's missed his pit in. Oh, he's doing. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. He's trying to figure out what to do. He's going to the grass. It's, I mean, he could just drive across. There we go. There we go. He's off-roading it. Hopefully there's no drainage covers or anything there.
All right, well, he doesn't take a bonus lap. It's fine.
Hey! It's okay.
Rock Yates to the Lotus Pit. Rock Yates to the Lotus Pit.
Oh my. An adventure-filled run for that Evora, hands down.
So interesting thing about the length of the coal trains in this part of the country. That train started across when that run group began.
Yes.
And there is the end of the train right there.
So here's the math question. If a run group takes 7 minutes to finish from beginning to end, and the train starts and finishes, at what speed is that train moving, and how long is that train then?
Not fast enough.
And very.
But there were 4 DPU locomotives in the center of that train and 1 on the end.
Yep.
So I would guesstimate that was probably 250 to 300 coal cars. Okay. So that train was probably right at 3.5 miles long.
Still can't hold a candle to the Mauritanian snake. You don't know that one. It's the iron ore train that goes through Mauritania.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that is remote controlled.
Yes. But it does not leave on any specific time, nor does it arrive at any specific time, and the country of Mauritania allows its citizens or anybody to climb onto the iron ore and go for rides on it.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get to the coast. Look at that. I had useless knowledge that you didn't have right then. I feel so accomplished. Well, it was also featured on Sandbox.
So here we have Chad in the NSX, followed by
Tomo. Yep.
And then Rowdy Randy Popes.
Rowdy Randy and
Andy Hollis.
Andy. Here we go. This is a battle too. Yay, Randy! Woo! And Andy, I wonder if he's working with GRM. I don't know.
Never know.
Can't tell. A lot of throttle management going on that time. Trying to mitigate the wheel spin before he crossed the line there, and he just couldn't seem to get it right then. So it wasn't hooking up quite as well as it did this morning.
That's true. But you would think with a little bit more sun on the track.
You would imagine. The
surface would be a little bit warmer.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you look, I think he's probably got, outside of the McCann, probably, and Ned Nova, probably some of the highest profile tires we have here.
Yes.
Ooh, you hear that splitter scraping.
Chad abusing the curbs there.
Oh, using all the curbs, that's for sure. You know, it's so cool that, you know, you see stuff like that in Grand Am, you see stuff like that at, you know, in IMSA, those cars, and here we are, 40 years into the one lap of America, and we have the caliber of vehicle and driver that we still attract. It's something that I'm so happy to see year after year after year. Car's quick, but I don't know how long it's going to last up here. I mean, I still think that cutoff is probably, you know, in terms of just outright pace, I don't know if that GT3 has it this year. I really feel as though it's that NSX is where that real crazy upper end pace ends, and then you get into the super fast stuff. So I guess if I were, you know, Tire Rack and classifying these in terms of category, I'd say up until the NSX, that's the streetable track and competition.
Yes.
And then Tomo down right now is that extreme performance summer.
And remember, Tomo is gunning for 4 in a row, which
Yeah.
would tie him with Lee King.
Yep.
And still, off of 4 in a row.
Yep.
And of course, Mark Devilla,
Yep.
who did 5 in a row.
Yep. But I mean, the speed of this NSX and the way it's being driven, it's a whole different category
But
right
Tomo
now.
has
Yeah, but like that isn't going to help right now.
I
He's
was
trying as much as he can, and there's no doubt about it. He is a phenomenally talented driver, as is Randy here. But I think the cars, it's just the equipment right now. The cars are not as quick as these cars that are undergoing constant development.
Yes. Randy's opened up a little bit of a gap.
Yep, to
between
Andy.
he and Andy, but,
Yep.
We'll see how it works out on the tail end of lap number 3, which they're starting.
And it's interesting seeing that because we saw that, for example, we used to see this big gap and delta in performance when the GTRs came out because there really wasn't anything that could do everything that they could do in every condition. And they would walk a lot of the field, and we used to see it when we were covering it, and you'd have these ridiculously quick cars, and then you had sort of all the other competitions within the event. And we're starting to see that again. And it's just very interesting to see what cars these are, and more importantly, the drivetrains that make them up and the power plants that make them up. I mean, the Tesla's up there, a hybrid here. You've got the newer Supra, the platform sharings that we've spoken about with the Toyota guys. I mean, there's a whole diversity going on now, which is cool to see. Little over rev there. Brakes again. Smelling that, the NSX, it's a good vintage. Tomo a lot smoother this time through. He's definitely pulled on Randy a bit that last one too. And Randy's pulled to Andy. Yep, Randy to Andy.
Yep.
Yep. Wow. Another solid run group, Brian.
Yep.
Another great battle. And, I mean, this is day one, man.
Entering the track at the wrong spot.
At the wrong spot is our window up. Man, this is not going well for them this year. It's just, oh my.
And means there must be some loud cars coming because here's one of the Kentucky boys.
Yep.
Slider if you don't put mufflers on it.
And
she has to now back up.
of shame.
Yep. Mwah, 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 mwah. No, it's just in reverse. I think anything outside of a nuclear bomb is quieter than what you're used to. Metallica, when they were practicing, was quieter than your car.
And are we going to have an accident right here? Or is Chad going to say, yeah, no?
Oh my!
And you're still not.
They're still working through this.
Panics are hard.
Well, you have your pro race driver who is used to the car being pushed
Take
to
it
the
to
grid,
the grid, yep.
And all they have to do is walk up, put on their helmet, and hop in.
Yep. This is not that. Oh boy, oh boy. All right. So I think we've got our next group circulating. Whew. Oh, I hear our next group circulating.
Well, I hear one of our cars.
I hear, yeah, that's.
circulating. particularly obnoxiously loud red Corvette.
Yep. But you know who I'm really happy to see out in 11th position right now, because that was the first 10 that we just had run. Here's 11th. So that's our good buddy Rob Bowen with the Parts Farm.
I don't know if I call him good buddy.
He's our buddy. And sometimes he's good. He's a good buddy. Or buddy good.
We tolerate him.
We tolerate. Rob Bowen lining up. Woo! Backing up a little bit. Trying to make sure he can actually see the timing and scoring stand. Again, that Parts Farm car running Ritos. It looks like those stickers haven't held on too well.
They're Mentos.
No, it's just
the refresher.
Rito.
So we got.
Hey.
All right, we've got Scotty with us. Scotty Coors.
Howdy.
Hello, Scotty.
Howdy,
Oh,
howdy.
you are howdy. Look at that.
Yeah,
You need a sombrero.
the bandit is
It's
back.
sombrero today.
It is a sombrero
So the
day,
bandit's
that is
with
correct.
us, so that means Frog's driving.
Frog's
Yep.
driving.
Wait, you're not there?
How did you do that?
He's snowman standing.
Out and away for Rob. What was that? And the chainsaw, that is the Corvette taking off. Ow,
The
tinnitus.
Garmin guy.
Yep.
Away from Frog. Away from Frog. And then the Smoko Motorsports Camario.
I noticed he's running a little more trim in the wing.
Yep.
He's running a little higher of an angle of attack this time.
You know those things are heavy, right?
Wait till you get to
I was going to
NCM.
say, there's going to be some issues at NCM.
Yeah, 5 cars by my count.
Yeah, well, that one Camaro, I clocked 100 decibels at
The black one?
yeah, all the way back there.
I feel like it's got a little quieter.
No, you just gone more deaf.
Huh?
What?
Right. Here we go, Rob.
Here we go.
Had to back out of it for a second. But moseying on down the front straight. I can't hear what car this is, Brian. Can you?
No.
Because I'm completely deaf at this point. Go ahead, Scott. What's the official reading on this one?
I don't know. We're gonna
Oh, we'll find out next time.
find out.
All right, here we go. We've got our official decibel meter, Scotty Coors.
That was 97 right
There
here.
we go. Let's see what yours is.
This thing is like a vacuum cleaner.
It's got to be in the 60s.
We did 91.
91. It's a loud vacuum cleaner.
It's a loud
It's a
vacuum.
loud.
No, it's quieter than most vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, it's got to.
Okay.
What's the limit at
103, I believe.
103?
Yeah, it's 103 at 50.
Some flames out the back of Rob's car there on the when he got out of the throttle.
He's heating up his water for his next.
His next coffee. Yeah. I'll tell you, he's gapping. He's pushing. Go, Rob, go. Walking it all the way out.
96.
He's moving. All right, now here's where we're gonna go deaf.
I say
I say
say
106. Oh no,
106.
bobble in the corner, a hard braking zone.
104.
What? But there was a bobble.
because we went over.
But there was a bobble in the last corner. He had to hit the brakes hard because he was going to go off. So that's not going to bode well.
Cheering for the wrong car, Scotty.
All right. It's all-wheel drive. Put it down. Yeah, there you go.
People's backyards, knocking over mailboxes.
Go back here, you son of a bitch.
Took across state line. That's a man act.
Ooh.
Camaro getting a
Little wiggly wiggly. He didn't stop by the Piggly Wiggly. He was the Piggly Wiggly. We got our last lap here. Everybody in full send mode right now.
Rob coming at us.
Rob leaning on those tires.
Up on the curve high.
Yep. Finding his turning point. Patient, 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 patient. Go. There we go. Use all of it. Well done. Rob, nicely driven. Still a little hesitant through this one this time. Still trying to figure out the optimal turning point there. But the gap did widen to JD, and the gap looks to be closing. It's a frog. And there we go. The casual wave is coming across the line. That was a nice little touch. And let's see if we get any drifty drift here.
Maybe.
Yep, little slidey. Buddy put it down, and that arrow catching it. And I think what happened last time is he was a little too slow coming in there, and then he got a little arrow understeer, and then he had to try and get a little oversteer to push through. So maybe that angle of attack a little too aggressive for now.
Maybe.
Maybe. The data doesn't lie.
Okay. Gonna go to timing. Love the live timing.
All right, let's go. Let's go. We'll have it every other track right now. And then next year, hopefully all of them.
Slowly but surely.
We'll get there.
Progress comes at a snail's pace.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll take it.
This is way nicer than that Excel spreadsheet we had.
What are you talking about? I'm used to just looking at Steve Loudon's notes.
You stand behind him for the
Right.
first 7 run group.
Right.
It's all the ones you need to know about.
Let's see how we're lining up here.
We're at the edge of our seats.
The snowman is following us, so's Chuck.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on us, Mr. Vapp.
Hey, nobody misses
Misses the
the
pit in.
Rob.
I think he's got it.
So far, we're in 15th place.
Okay.
Okay, so far everybody's
take it.
inside the cones.
Yay. Well, they're all following each other now. If anybody misses at that point,
Well, if anybody misses,
well, it's going to be the Camaro, right?
Had many misses today?
Couple.
Two.
Yeah, that one seems pretty clear.
Yeah, apparently not.
I mean, right before the last corner, just right there.
Yeah, everybody was about a second apart.
Yep.
You guys were 45.8. JD was 45.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Got a little pickup in the wind, and the flag stand was shaking there pretty good. And Chip's holding on for dear life up there.
Chip, if anything happens, just rest assured we'll catch it all on live stream. So it's fine. We're here for you.
Hey, we have another coal train starting.
We do. All right. So it is. It is now 12. No, it is. It's 1:06. I can't tell time today. Don't mind me.
So another quality train load of electric car fuel is passing by.
Here we go.
Compliments of Union Pacific.
So here we go. Here's that Subaru that was all 90,000 pounds of boost escaping it this morning. And if you recall, I had said that, I believe that there's that piece, that came off of the car that Brock had stopped to get belongs to the Subaru. Sure enough, it did. So clearly quite a bit of boost going on there. We've got our Blue Buckley and Barnes, our Triple B. Adam Spence in this group also coming around to get ready to take the start. Chip holding on for dear life, about to give the green flag. Tied off. OSHA, is this okay?
More like, oh.
Chris, about that lawyer that we might need. Have you been injured in a workplace accident? Call a cab. Oh, it popped again. I heard that one. So it may be winding up on track someplace. That is way over boosted.
I assure you.
The flag stand. We're not worried about the flag stand, we're worried about Chip going somewhere.
We're worried about the flag.
The flagger.
The flagger, yeah.
All right, Adam. Woo! A better start this time than he had last time.
He was able to engage launch control.
Yep. When's he up? So is the coal train. So is the coal train, but it takes a while.
Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. The gals over here that were doing lunch have so much food. So much food. They are for something for the road.
Escher, when there is a new OSHA magazine that comes out every quarter, you're on the cover.
In your shorts.
Pick up a roadie, grab one for the road.
Pick up a roadie.
Stop by the safety garage or half price.
If anybody's interested in some half-price hot dogs and hamburgers,
Yep.
you can come on down to the safety garage here at Hastings.
Yep.
And pick one up.
There you go.
The Penguin Garage Supra, a tight little line.
It is a tight line.
Here comes Adam.
Yep. And the Green Goblin. No, the Green Goblin's the Porsche.
The Porsche.
Yep.
And as Adam goes by, here comes the end of the train.
There you go. So we started at 2, and now we're up to 10, right? Or 6. Now we're up to 10. So 4-minute long train.
Yeah.
Say what you will, but even with that, and again, you can hear that pressure just going out. So even with that boost leak this morning, they still did pretty darn well. So
Yes, they did.
yep, still a little drifty by Kevin.
And quite loud.
Well, that's what we do, Mustang things.
Rich Mustang, loud Mustang.
This year, all Mustang are loud Mustang. I mean, we've got 2,000 GTs here. Or GT 2000 at this point. It's not Toyota.
Shout out to KDP stealing her soul. Oh, never mind, she's soulless.
Nothing to steal here, folks. Move along.
Get it.
So right now, Adam Spence, the fastest out of them all, with a cum of 8:59 right now. So he's doing good. And that Subaru only fourth fastest in this group.
Well, I'm sure he's programmed his cows to say, gas now, Adam. Brake now, Adam. Turn now, Adam. No, turn other way, Adam.
So again, provisionally, we have our pretty much the same as this morning. So provisionally, we've got that Corvette Grand Sport, the Smoko Corvette, in first again, with a Gulata in second, Brownfield in third, Lear moving up to fourth, beating the Tesla this time, with that E-Ray moving up under the Tesla for sixth, the Evora going down to seventh, and the Marcus and King Porsche Turbo S beating the NSX Type S.
Wow.
Putting O'Gorman and Shukla, down into 11th. And Rob in 10th.
Excellent.
Parts Farm bringing the heat today.
I think it was all those...
I think it was the Martinez.
No, it was the John Deere dealerships that we drove by last night on the way in.
He was highly excitable. He was highly excitable with those. Wow. So Coors up to 15th.
Well, Ben had two really good runs.
Yep. And Randy 14th. 13th was Andy Hollis, and that really super quiet red Corvette 12th.
I thought, can you repeat that?
Yeah. JD 16th.
Wow.
And Kevin 18th right now.
That's
so catapulting himself above the STI there, with Adam in 22nd. So
that is outstanding.
Yep. Definitely going well. The fight is on throughout the field. I think we're going to see a bunch of 4 or 5 way battles here for key positions, and particularly within the top 10. And then when we start getting into the classes themselves, that's going to be really interesting, because we do have a bunch of Corvettes running nose to tail. I think. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think, Brian? Is it because we have some that are just so clearly, out of the class? So you look at the E-Ray, for example. The next closest Corvette's what? 3? Well, no, I guess Catron, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose. But after that, when's the next Corvette that we have? Is it, I think, 2 run groups or something? So I think there's a pretty big gap to the next. So maybe a fight for that 3rd place spot.
And you have to remember too, wait till this order may completely jumble up once we get to a lot of these more technical tracks with a lot of the tighter corners.
Sure.
Such as
the order will stay the same. It's just going to be where they go in the run groups. But if you're talking about the overall standings, yes. Yeah, that can get jumbled, absolutely.
Because how will some of these cars perform tomorrow
Yeah. At elevation.
almost 5,400 feet of elevation?
Yep. Yep. That's a fair point. I think the turbo cars are going to have a distinct advantage.
Here's the Porsche with the massively large front.
Uh-huh. Yep. Validated by...
It holds one Solomon.
It holds one Solomon. Yeah, it is 50 minutes already. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, man.
Last car coming up to get into the queue, and Chip is getting ready to turn them in.
I'm going to walk down to see when HOD and those guys are going.
Come to timing and scoring, this place.
Found out that when Solomon walks away with the primary mic on this set, that we lose audio. So
I'm back. Had to go check on a couple things. So,
Grant, how's the audio now? Is it back to where it was earlier? I would go Bueller.
Yep,
but
good
I'll
now.
just go
That's the problem.
Lucina.
Lucina.
Lucina. Okay. Yep.
So we've got about one more group that we'll hang with, and then we're going to wrap up the coverage for this afternoon.
We're going to Colorado.
We're going to Colorado, Ma. Home of Scotty Coors and all those fine individuals, and Eric Schiemer, and who else we got? Leah.
Yep, Leah.
Leah. Not with us this year, but you know, she'll be back again, I'm sure, at some point. She always seems to reemerge.
Hey, all you back dogs, before you hit the road, the gals from the well have some half-price sandwiches, chips, water down here if you need a roadie. Stop by the safety garage.
So once again, people, if you're in the area and you want a half-price sandwich or bottle of water or chips, come on by.
I those be a half-price sandwich.
But unfortunately, they've run out of Diablo sandwiches and well, they sell Pepsi products too, so there's no Dr. Pepper.
And Todd, look at that car dive, boy.
Mark John blowing dust in my eyes.
Well, they're all coming across the timing stand offline to wave, and they keep getting into the dirty part of the track.
They think that if it get closer to the sensor, that it'll give them another thousandth of a second.
I heard something pop off there. All right, and for our final run group that we'll be covering for you, it looks like we've got the cars now starting to circulate.
Grant, Jeff Lucina's son Grant said there is no way that tower's coming down. You may get blown out of it, but it's not coming down.
This one's pretty stable. Some of them I work on, shake and move, and this one's rock solid.
There you go.
Yeah, it seems to be well built.
You know, it's a lot less windy down here.
That's true.
In case you're wondering.
You know, Mark's a real man. He'd be down there on the track waving the flag. Grant's like, I've spent many, many hours up there. Hiding from your dad? And I guess Grant's here at the track because he said there wasn't too bad of a delay because as we were catching cars coming out of the last corner, they were actually going into T1. So
Okay.
not too bad of a delay here at the track.
Well, that seems to be pretty good. We got a decent signal. 5G. All right, next cars are starting to circulate on track for the final run group that we're going to be covering. But don't forget, even after we log off, you can still follow along with the action on that really nifty live timing link. So you can still see what's going on as yet another train goes by in the background. This one
Those should be empty.
looks empty. They should be.
Those will be empties.
You'd hope. Unless he has to go back because he forgot his car key or something. I don't know. I see.
So let's see, that's north, correct?
Sure. Let's go with that. Let's go.
Because I think there's some. What? You know, that may be. There may not be coal in those. There may be ballast.
North is.
Grant says they are full.
They are full. So, because that's actually behind us is northeast. North is off yonder that way.
Yonder.
Yonder. That is southwest, where it's coming from. Actually, it's dead south for them. So they're going northeast.
Wouldn't it be easier for them, the coal that was already up there?
Yeah, instead of just bringing it back, maybe, you know, it's like if you ever watch your UPS package or FedEx package.
Oh, I do all the time.
It could be like, you know, 5 miles away, and then I'll go to like Hong Kong and come back to you, and somehow that's more efficient than just driving it over.
And here comes the Team Unicorn Toyota Surprise.
Oh, look at that. It is Cody from Hooked on Driving Northeast. Now, you know, this should be interesting because Mark and Cody splitting the day up, so it's not as though one driver is going to have had more practice. Both have an equal amount of time on this track.
Okay, yep. Over, under, windows up or down on the Acura?
I'm going to guess down because Brock, yeah, they're down.
Yep, they sure are.
Yep. Yep. Little belch from the Toyota. Go, Cody! Yeah. I didn't feel it as aggressive as the launch as Mark had.
What's the matter with you?
Hey, it's not Christina. There we go.
And it is Christina.
Now that is Christina. Getting right up to the line. Again, not a very aggressive start from these cars, but chirping going into second, so.
And now, halfway through the train,
Yep.
we switched over from coal hoppers to probably what I would think would probably be loaded ethanol hoppers. Or
Ooh.
grain cars.
I like grain cars because they're not tankers for.
Well, ethanol goes in a solid form before it's made into a liquid.
No, I understand that. I think that's your lunch for tomorrow.
Gas?
No, that's the byproduct. That's what it turns into.
Here comes Eric around finishing up Lapo number 1.
And not to be outdone by Mark, Cody on the ball there. He's not too far off. Going through turn 1 onto the front straight. That car's hustling pretty darn good. Cody doing a fine job himself. Absolutely pulling on the Acura here.
So Grant Lucina seems to be a little bit of a train nerd like me. He
Okay.
said, yes, they are full, which is odd. He was talking about the 4 DPUs in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And it says 4 off. He was talking about one car that went 4 off and then continued.
That's fine.
If that was HOD rules, they'd have to self-report.
This is true, but this one lap, there are no rules except for the ones that we make up occasionally.
Sort of like whose line is it anyway?
Pretty much. A show where everything's made up and
So are the
points don't
points.
matter. It's funny, I introduced my kids to the old reruns of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
The British version or the Drew
No, the original Drew Carey one, you know. But the British one's okay, but I all of those references will go over their head.
This is true.
So.
Attention in the paddock. You are still hungry.
Jeff is doing his...
Not that he's desperate to get rid of them at this point, you know.
A little hungry in the arms. Half price. Half price chips.
Everything must go. All right, Cody pushing hard, back on the same straight now. Made up probably about a second and a half on that lap, but a little bit of understeer there may have hurt him a little bit.
Well,
Let's
he's
see.
so used to driving his M2.
It's true.
So the M4 is a little bit
Well, it's
more
got,
chunkier.
I mean, it's got more power though, but it handles itself really well. I mean, we saw Mark wring its neck this morning. Absolutely send it all. Okay, the Honda again closing down on the Acura. And yeah, that Potenza race not
So-
performing as well.
Apparently, we just said something that's going on Grant Lucina's wall of quotes.
What is that?
I don't know yet.
I'm afraid.
I am very afraid.
Maybe he can let us know.
Is it suitable to post, Grant?
Everything's suitable to post.
Well,
this
we
isn't.
said
This
it.
is not for
Well,
children.
We said it, so I guess it's suitable.
We've had that disclaimer in the.
Yes, we have. And here comes Eric around the final corner.
Wow, Cody really have the gap there. Maybe, yeah, about a second
that
or so.
BMW is not as fast as this BMW.
Yep. Cody doing a fine job.
Look at the gap that he put between
Yeah,
himself
and that Acura.
and Nick.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Well
big.
driven. You know, if they keep this up for their first effort, I mean, this is Cody's first time at this event. This is Mark's first time running his own team here. He's been a co-driver. He helped me out a couple years ago, and then he was with Mike last year, Arrigo. But for his first year for an entry here, they're doing an outstanding job.
The quote was,
Don't report him.
"This is one lap.
There are no rules except the ones we make up occasionally." You're welcome. I'm good for maybe one or two a day. That's about it.
And here comes Christina across
To finally finish up this run lap.
And with that,
that wraps up our one lap coverage for this afternoon. Be sure to catch us tomorrow. Brian, we're still going to be in Central Time, right?
No, we're not. We're
not.
be in Mountain Time.
We'll be in Mountain Time, so it'll be 2 hours behind.
So yes,
So our 8:30 will be 11:30 on the East Coast, or 10:30 on the East Coast.
10:30.
I can do math, I promise. And you know, and go on, so on and so forth. But we're going to be Mountain Time, so 2 hours back from the East Coast, 1 hour back from the West Coast, right? 1 hour ahead
of the
from the
West
West Coast. Can't we just all pick the same time and get along? Anyway, that's our coverage for today. Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe. I know it's going to be a work week, but remember, if you've got YouTube Premium, you can just have it running and you can listen to us. And we're probably better listened to than watched anyhow. So in any event, for the 2024 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine, with coverage brought to you by Hooked on Driving, who's just coming into the paddock now, Everyday Driver, who's not here right now, and the Valente Group, who's over there right now, getting ready to go out. I'm Solomon, that's Brian. This is Hastings, and thank you so much for watching.
And big thank you to Jeff Lucina
Yes.
for hosting us once again.
That's
we
true.
Love you, Jeff.
Yep.
It was great seeing you.
Yep,
And we will see you guys next time.
yep. Toodaloo.
Bye-bye.
The Googles.